Alright guys, so we're going to be looking at a couple of clips here today. This first clip you're seeing is playing at its regular speed. Apparently a pilot was flying along and he saw this object actually floating through the air, and they're supposed to be at like 30,000 feet. Now this is supposed to be one of those cube-shaped objects that's in a transparent circle, and this is the best visual I can get of this. I tried to zoom in on it, but it just kind of blurred and distorted, but I'll make it a little bit larger. But here it is played again at a regular speed. And you guys can see that that's moving along pretty good. I mean, it's not just the airplane catching up to it, it's actually flying towards the airplane. And you would think that if this was a balloon or something, it wouldn't actually float like that. So here's some images of the cockpit up close. I couldn't really see, and I could have missed it several times where it was actually saying 30,000 feet, but this object is obviously above the clouds. But there's a reading there, and then here's also another reading. It's kind of blurry and distorted. I tried to freeze frame it somewhat and do a screen catch, but that's kind of the best I could do right now with this. So if I can get some clearer pictures, I'll definitely put it in the community page. But you can clearly see that whatever this object is, it's high above the clouds, and no balloon that I know of, there could be some technological balloons out there that could get that high in the clouds. And if it's just stationary, just stay there without wobbling up and down and back and forth. And you guys see that there. So whatever that is, I have no idea, but it's also kind of suspect in a way that the pilot just happened to look down at all his control panels and then see this object going by and then actually film it too. So that would be the only thing skeptical about this, but I have heard of pilots and stuff seeing particular craft in the air, and I do have a photo that I'll show to you guys in just a minute. But that one was just the only thing that makes this kind of suspect, is that he looked down at his control panel and then he moves his camera up and then he spots this particular item. But it is a UFO or UAP, that's no doubt about it. It doesn't even look to be computer generated or anything like that, but that's very curious that he caught this. And here it is a little bit bigger and just slowed down just a bit for some of you guys that are trying to get a closer look at it. It was reported that, like I said, this was a cube object encircled in a transparent circle almost, and I've heard of pilots talking about this before in the past. I was trying to get more than just a pilot's testimony. I was trying to get some visual, but I'll actually get some pilot testimony if I can find that audio where pilots are talking about they were flying and they saw these particular objects in the air. But here this is right here. You guys can see this coming in real slowly, and it's definitely high up above the clouds. And it's going real slow because I want you guys to really focus on and pay attention to the movement of the object as well. And then zooming in a little bit, it's flying through. And there you have it. I want to zoom in just a bit. This will end in just a second. But I want you guys to see this because this was very, very interesting. I've been trying to find the video to this, and of course the pilots don't react to the original audio. I'd be like, what the heck was that? I would have got up and probably walked over to the side and continued to film it. So as I mentioned before, there have been pilots, as you guys see in this image here, getting ready to come up. Not in this image, it's just playing it one more time. In this image I'm getting ready to show up here, there it is right there. You guys can see this kind of cube shape there. But in this image that I'm getting ready to show right now, this is actually a photo that a pilot took, that he was out there. And I believe this is 2018, a fighter pilot took this. And this looks like some kind of drone or probe in the air. So, and I'll zoom in on this in just a second. You guys will see that as well. And this was just curious. I mean, for this to be just sitting out here and this pilot just happened to take it. So hopefully you get more photos of that. And then this next video, a user did mention this to me and I was trying to find it and I was able to find it. So appreciate them helping me find this. But this one's pretty interesting. This video is about 15 years old, but you see this craft kind of flying around the wing there. And in the original audio, there's no one screaming or, oh my gosh, what is this? You see this thing outside of the airplane. So this actually just there. And then it kind of circles down and then circles underneath the wing. Now, this is kind of your typical flying saucer type object. Now, of course, these things have anti-gravity around them, so it wouldn't distort the flight path of the airplane. But of course, the airplane is moving forward, and this craft, if this is real, circles down and circles underneath. Now, why it would do that, I have no idea. I've seen videos before of particular craft or airplanes flying and the craft kind of floating down and then floating on top of it. That was pretty interesting there. So anyway, guys, put your comments down below of what you think about this. This one was curious and very interesting because I've heard about this one before. Actually, we can get some visual on it. I'll try to get some audio recordings from pilots. And then this one here is just a little bit suspect on it. Just it could be someone just filming and then was working on their CGI skills. But I don't know. You guys tell me down in the comments. If it wasn't, or if it was, it's still pretty cool to look at. So put your comments down below, as always, what you think about these two. And then don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video.